All right, let's get right into it because today we are tearing down one of the biggest myths there is about getting rich. We're going to explore the hidden logic, the real story behind how wealth is actually created. And I'm betting it's not what you think. Ever since we were kids, we've been told a very simple story. It's a story about effort and reward. And it all kind of boils down to this one single idea that pretty much everyone accepts as truth. Yep, that's it. Put in more hours, take on more clients, just grind it out, and eventually that bigger paycheck will come. It's the gospel of hustle culture, and honestly, we all know the words by heart. And there it is, bam, a statement that just flies in the face of everything we've been taught. I mean, if you've ever felt like you're running on a hamster wheel, working your tail off but not really getting anywhere, well, this is exactly why. There's a totally different game being played. So, if grinding it out isn't the answer, then what is? The secret, it turns out, is in a complete shift in how you see the world. It's about moving away from simple labor and towards something, well, something way more powerful. This right here, this is the fundamental shift. See, the wealthy aren't just working in the system, they are the ones designing the system itself. They're not just another cog in the machine, they are the architects of the machine. So, working at the systems level, what does that actually mean? Well, think of it this way. It's not about running faster to catch money. It's about building the riverbed that makes the money flow directly to you. It means creating things like businesses or intellectual property that generate income for you even when you're sleeping. And crucially, it's about owning the toll booths, the platforms, the exchanges, the key points where value changes hands. Here's a great way to picture it. Most of us are taught to play checkers. We're focused on our next immediate move, one step at a time. But the systems level player, oh, they're playing chess. They're thinking 10 moves ahead, designing a strategy for the entire board. Okay, let's make this concrete. We're going to look at a few real-world examples, and this is where this whole abstract idea of systems is going to become crystal clear. So in business, right? The average person might dream of opening one fantastic coffee shop. That's labor. But the systems thinker, they design the franchise model, the brand, the supply chain, the whole playbook that lets 100 other people open that coffee shop, with a piece of the profit from every single one flowing back to them, the architect. Or think about investing. A lot of people think wealth is about owning the asset, buying a bar of gold. The systems level thinker doesn't just own the asset. They create the marketplace, the exchange, where everyone else trades that asset. They take a tiny slice of every single transaction. They own the flow. And this scales all the way up to our careers. Most of us are trained to find a good job inside a system that already exists. But the architect of wealth, they're thinking differently. They're designing the company itself, the very system that creates all those jobs. They build the container that holds everyone else's labor. So, the big question is, why don't more people see this? If these systems are so powerful, why do they seem to be hidden in plain sight? Well, it's because we're all trained to look at the finish line, not the racetrack itself. Think of it like a tree. What do we see? We see the fruit, the paycheck, the shiny product, the gas station on the corner. But the real power, the thing that makes it all possible, is in the roots, deep underground. That's the company's legal structure, the supply chains, the patents, the licenses. The wealthy don't just focus on the fruit, they control the roots. Okay, this is a pretty mind-bending concept, but what does it actually mean for you? How can you apply this? Well, it all starts by changing one very fundamental thing, the question you ask yourself. This matters because understanding this difference is the very first step to changing your own game. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses. You start to see the world not as a random collection of jobs and products, but as a massive network of interlocking systems. And this, right here, is the crucial pivot. It's the moment you stop asking, how can I work harder inside this system? And you start asking, how can I design a system, even a tiny one, that works for me? That's the leap. That's when you go from employee thinking to architect thinking. It's when you finally start planting roots instead of just chasing the fruit. So in the end, it's not about more hours. It's about becoming an architect. Because in a world that runs on systems, the people who design them don't just create wealth for themselves. They literally shape the future for everyone else. So the only question left is, what system will you build?